And for any business, if you're outside of the real estate market, you know, you need a CRM to be able to stay in touch with your clients and make little notes of what was the last conversation and such. So one of the things that I'm going to be talking about today is about relationships and maintaining relationships with your clients, and that's where you need your CRM of whatever sort it is. And I like to track my business every year, so I have a spreadsheet that shows every piece of business, where it came from, how much I made. I like to know. I'm nuts for numbers and things, but most importantly is I want to know where did my business come from. And what I see year after year after year is I get repeat business. I don't have to necessarily go out and recreate the wheel. I have been in it over 10 years, so I have it. But you don't keep it if you don't maintain those relationships. And so I would say 90% of my business is repeat business, or from a friend referring me business, and I'm on purpose with that. So one day I was watching a Facebook post through EXP, and this guy was talking about send-out cards, which I used to use a lot. I don't know if anybody knows them. It is a network marketing company, and that's not my agenda. But the whole point is they are really cool cards that you do on your computer, but they go through U.S. mail. And he said, I went in and I found, he said, I had reached out to probably a bunch of my clients that I had done business with over the past few years. And he said, I went in and picked 10 of my top key people. And I decided to send him a card and say, hey, I am so sorry I've lost touch over all these years. I'd love to catch up and let's go have coffee. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy these cookies or brownies that I've sent you as well, because you can send a card along with a little treat. So this cost him, to do those 10 cards, it cost him $100. So he sent those out, and he got 3 deals with different things that were going, 3 opportunities, not necessarily 3 deals. But it was the opportunities that happened. I'll just pass that around. And I thought, oh, dang, that makes a lot of sense, because I used to use these cards all the time. And I would take a picture at the closing, you know, before the closing, or let's say this was the house that they wanted to buy. So I would take that picture at the front steps, right? And I would send that on an anniversary to them every year, and they would love it. And I'd say, oh my gosh, can you believe it's been a year? Or oh my gosh, can you believe it's 2? And in the CRM of this particular company, it keeps track of anniversaries. So I would send them out. You can also keep track of birthdays and send them a birthday card. So I said, well, dang, I'm signing up again because I need to get back on the track of this stuff. And I had let it go. So I wanted to test some cards. So I took a picture off Facebook, which was another thing that he said to do, grab pictures off Facebook and send them. So this was just a picture. I wanted to see how did it turn out, you know, what's the quality, and I sent it to myself. You can also brand it on the back with all kinds of different backs that you want to have, whether it's your company or not. But if you're doing relationship cards, don't put your business stuff on here for those. You want something else. So I just picked a quote that I found somewhere and I just threw it on that one because I was just testing it. And this was what I said on my first card. I can't believe it's been so long since we talked. I hope you're doing well. So much has happened in my life and probably in yours too. I would love to catch up and maybe grab a coffee. Don't forget, I have a ton of resources if you need something or someone. I'd be happy to help. Feel free to call me anytime. My number's still the same. Looking forward to catching up. Now, I just sent that to myself. I hadn't sent it to any clients yet. I was really just trying to test it for myself, and I knew we were getting ready to do this. B&I, which is our local chapter of networking that I'm a part of, there's an agent that's in charge of the social media for their group, and they created a card that they send out to potential new members to invite them and come check it out. I thought that was pretty cool too. This is how it comes in U.S. mail. So think about your U.S. mail today of how you're just getting either bills, which you're not even getting that much bills anymore because everything is online, or it's just garbage mail. But when you get something that's addressed to you and it looks like it's a card, I'm excited and I might open it up. Same thing with that box, right? Here was one that I just played with. There was a picture on Facebook that had a cup of coffee and had EXP on it. And on this one on the back, I did our logo of our team. And on the inside, I grabbed this picture off LinkedIn. And I was just coming up with ideas, and again, I was doing this pretty fast, so it's not perfect. But it says, hey, Kathy, I was writing myself. I know you've been seeing a lot of agents move over to EXP lately. You may be hearing all kinds of misinformation as well. Let's meet for coffee, and I'll give you the real deal on what it's all about. and the total excitement to be part of it. It's the best thing ever, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that was my point. I wanted cards for that too, that I could utilize that. There is a whole host of things you can do. 3-panel cards as well, which I thought were really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And I talked to Ian. Now, I'm coaching Ian, which is another, or mentoring Ian. It's another cool feature that I am excited to be a part of to help him and Kelly. And one of the things that we're doing is figuring out what's your niche and how you want to do relationship marketing. So he was saying, you know, I got a strong relationship back where I'm from, because he moved here 3 years ago? 1 year ago. And he said, I'm known for my integrity, I'm known for this or that, and I would like to talk to those people and see if I couldn't get them agents up there and get some referral business going. And not to EXP, referral business, which is really sweet business, as we all know. So I said, let's paint a story. Let's create a story. Let's put you and your family on the front, some different things in here, tell the story about what you'd like to do, and basically set a date to talk. Not necessarily pitch it, but a concept, you know, and do something on the back or whatever. Another thing that guy on that post said was, and I've been doing this, he said, I would go into a Facebook post of, let's say, one of my clients, and I would grab a picture that I thought was meaningful. For example, here was a mom with her first and only child. They're six months old, and they're sitting on a swing by the beach. So I grabbed that picture, I threw it on a card, and I just said, I saw this picture. Nobody prints out their pictures anymore. They're all on their phone. Thought you might love it and enjoy it just to have in the house. And I sent it to her because he said people will open that up. They will put it on Facebook. They'll say, oh my gosh, I just got this in the mail. You're getting a reputation with all those people. I thought it was brilliant, actually. And so I started doing that. And they haven't posted yet, but they're all calling me and saying, oh my gosh, I like that so much. So the point was, you're building those relationships again. I'm a big believer in liking your clients on Facebook, so be careful what you're doing on your own Facebook page. But I really think it's important to stay connected and see about the new baby, about the dog or whatever. I have an 89-year-old mother who has dementia that is a challenge and a half in my life. And when I post about that, I am real to other people. I also have a 13-month-old grandbaby that is the joy of my life. And I have probably too many pictures of her on there. But the point is, you're real. And that's what people want to connect with, is see your challenges. You know, I've got some pretty ugly shots on there that I voluntarily put on of myself, like, oh my gosh, this is a bad hair day or whatever. You know what I mean? And let people see who you are. And be commenting, not just liking on those Facebook posts. Build relationships up again, and I believe if you started sending the cards to some of those people that you were already talking to on the different Facebook ones, you can rekindle different ones in there. So that was just an idea. I'm actually going to go bonkers with this because I love the beauty of them and how they keep track of it. It's very reasonably priced, and it's not about pitching this to you. I just personally like it because it'll help me stay stronger in my relationship, walk with everybody. So mine's kind of short and sweet. Does anybody have any questions about that? It's really easy to just grab a picture off Facebook and you just save it and then you upload it into their system. So
there might be some apps too that you can do that. I did that with my grandmother. Like I'll just see some. There's an app, but I don't know what it is. I'll find out. I'll text it with that link I'm gonna send you guys later. But there is an app that you can send a quick postcard to. So like if you don't want to full on send a card, you can do it right from your phone, and you just pay for it right with your. And it's super. And I'll figure out what that is, and I'll make sure you guys get it.
Great.
So I'll post it on LePage Johnson.
You can actually post what you want the card to say.
It's
Pick a
super
card, post and write what you want it to say in it, and it will basically drop ship the card to them.
So like I've heard people take like when they're on a listing appointment, they'll go out front. Thank you so much for your time today. Shoot a picture of their house and do it. But I love the idea. Like for my grandmother, it was quick and easy to me. I get a picture of her and I are, you know, I don't know, just something that's not just another card. I send her lots of cards, so I was just trying to do something special for her.
That is awesome.
So I did that for you guys too.
The one thing that this system does is keep track of all your cards that you've sent, so you can see who you sent. And again, it has that CRM component to it, so you can put birthdays and all of that in there. It does have an app, so that you can grab the picture right off Facebook on your phone and quick do a card as well. I set different things up ahead of time, but I love that idea. And I just think, again, this is how you set yourself apart from everybody else. And that's what we have to do. When you're getting in this business, you really have to treat this like a business. You need a business plan. You need a focus on what your 3 things are going to be. You've got to see an agenda of what you want your gross income to be, you know, and you kind of walk it back. You need to really lay this out and make a decision of how you want it to go, and you've got to treat it like a business.
It's ink cards is
Oh,
what I
ink
use.
cards.
What is it?
Ink cards.
INK.
Inkcards.com. Or just ink cards is the app.
It's, yeah.
Ink cards. Now the other one was, Abe was going to talk to us about cold calling. How many of you would like to do cold calling? There are some people that love it. John Padona, who's our other speaker, he is great at it, and Abe is great at it. And I think you have to have a passion for it. It is not for everybody. But I think some of the tips that he gave, Wendy typed them up for us so that we could hear some of his tips, are really good because they're also part of what Lisa's going to talk about. And that is about when you get these cold leads, what do you say? How do you nurture them and things like that? So I'll just kind of read to you what he said. He said, when they say no, don't take it personal. If you do, you will fail. So you really, that's a very good point, I think, for that. Be consistent. It's rare to have success on a first call. Be willing to make at least 5 calls per person to make a connection. Get an email or find out if they were relocating for job, family, or just testing the market. Keep notes in the database. I think this is critical. And you've got to know what you said the last time you talked to them. If they said that, you know, oh my gosh, you know, we just got a new dog, it's driving us crazy, that note would be important to be in there so that you can pick up on that. And they're going to notice that you're paying attention to them when you are calling them the next time. You're not just calling. Some of the expireds and FSBO appointments he got took 6 months of working. He kept them in a database to know when the next call, his next scheduled call was, so that was smart. Example, when I spoke to you last, you had a baby, I wanted to see how that's going. Sometimes he would talk to people and they wanted to try the FSBO route the first time around, you know how a lot of those guys are, gosh. For a few weeks, he would just check back, you know, and make sure that, you know, where they were at, and if they were ready to now list. He would get them, and he's really good at getting those. He likes it. He's challenged by it, I think. He's more like, he likes the challenge of it all. And again, very few people are.
He's good at connecting.
He is. He got my 2 waterfront listings in Catawba after 8 months of continually doing this, and they both told me he wouldn't stop calling, but he's so nice. We liked him and didn't mind the calls. One said she actually felt bad because he had worked so hard to get the appointment that she felt obligated to agree to at least talk to us. I thought that was great. So that goes to his tonality of how he's talking. It's not just, you know, powering through and not being personable. He's truly personal, and that's, again, relationship. One thing he does that works sometimes and sometimes pisses people off is he calls 2 times in a row and hang up if they don't answer. Call a 3rd time and actually leave a message. Many times they'll answer on the 2nd or 3rd call, even though they don't recognize the number. Oh, I see what you're saying. Boom, boom, boom. He's not just quitting just because they didn't answer.
Within a 5-minute period, just because sometimes if you don't know the number, you don't answer.
Yes.
So if you do it continuously, and it does irritate some, but some have gotten the appointment.
That's
Curiosity.
yeah.
Well, they must be important.
Must be important.
Yes. When the internet leads, he calls and says something like, "Hi, Mrs. Jones. I'm Abraham with eXp Realty. I see you've gone to our website to receive information on our area. I'm calling to see what information I can get to you." He never talks about selling them a house right away. That turns them off. He finds out if they are already living here or new to the area. He asks them what is their best email address so he can send them info on entertainment, area schools, whatever the case may be. I thought that was great, and that's really how Craig has set us up, which Lisa's gonna touch base on. And that's, again, content that you're saving. Tips on expireds: most people won't call more than twice. Be patient and consistent. Offer them value. Can I send you all the information on new listings and sold for in your neighborhood? Ask if you can send them a short video of how we would market their property to get it sold. That's great.
I would say an important part of this that is the reason certain people are successful at this is because it's a niche or a niche, or it's an uncomfortable place for people to be as an agent. And if you're good enough to do it, it's just, you're gonna get, there's a certain amount of people that will talk to you, and you will get those deals. It's just like doing business in December. Yeah, there's less people buying and selling, but the people that are buying and selling are extremely serious. So most agents turn their phone off.
The key is to connecting when you get them on the phone.
Now, Patty and I, my former business partner, and I, we built our business on expireds. Now, there were a lot more expireds years ago. And what we would do, we had a plan every Saturday where we would review all the properties that expired for the week. And back then, you could at least easily get 5 or 6 easy a week. And we would pretty much just go down Brawley School Road so that we could have a plan. So I would research the property. I'd find out if they were even available monetarily to be able to list this property. Are they even in the ballpark? Because I don't want to waste my time on a piece of property where there's no money to pay with. So then we would go to the person's house, the two of us. Patty was much stronger at walking up to the door, but she couldn't talk, and I would talk. So we always had the boards, your clipboards, and I would have the sticker for the name of our company on it, and one would have realtor and the other one would have sticker. And we would walk up so they didn't think we were some crazy person just coming up to their door. They'd see that we were legitimate. We would wear our name badges. And our agenda every time when we went there was to just get an appointment, not to go in, just to get a appointment on those 5 or 6. And we built our business, and then after we were done, I would send them a send-out card thanking every single one of them for the opportunity to have at least stopped at their house. And I will tell you, we went into neighborhoods that said no solicitation, and there were definitely doors slammed in the face, and there were definitely people you could see inside the room that were not coming to the door. But I think it's tougher now, but it doesn't mean it can't be done, and that goes back to what Craig was just saying. It's this is about tenacity in this business. So I'm going to turn it over to Lisa.